Good day,
Okay.
friends, bosses, and fellow creatives. It's episode 1 of Counting Paperclips, and our first very special guest is Sonja from the Creative Space with Sonja. Let me give you a little bit of a background. Me and Sonja met at a business breakfast or networking breakfast some time ago. When she started explaining what she does, I thought that she might be the perfect person to speak to create kick-ass about pages. And what I found after visiting the first I Am workshop, after partaking, that it's actually much, much deeper than just killer about pages. It is, in short, life-changing. So let's hear from Sonja.
I'm very well. Thank you. Thank you for having me on your show.
It's great having you here, yes, and welcome. So, Sonja, tell us a little bit more about yourself and what inspired you to create these therapeutic creative workshops?
Yes, Nadia, I host and facilitate creative writing workshops. I've always enjoyed writing, and I always felt quite passionate about healing. And I thought, what could I do to put these two things together to get people to start telling their stories and be creative about it, and also to do healing while doing it. So yes, that's how the Creative Space with Sonja and the writing workshops came about.
Wow, it's quite amazing. Okay, I did attend your first workshop, the I Am workshop, and it really had a powerful impact. And it really felt like a deep tissue massage for my inner being. And that is so deeply transformational that I don't think money would be able to purchase the effects of it or even the changes that it brought to life in me. But word is out that you are actually doing your second workshop, and I'm very curious to find out what that is all about.
Yes, yeah, I started off with I Am a creative writing workshop, and now I'm busy with the follow-up workshop. And what that's going to be all about is focusing on specific memory or event that has happened in your life and fleshing that out to become either a short story or maybe even a chapter in a memoir. So yes, so that's what the second workshop is going to be about. Using prompts to get those memories going and choosing one in particular, and then working with that and create a story around that.
Oh, wonderful. I just want to tell the people that's listening, hey, we have rain in Cape Town and it's absolutely awesome, but with it came this thunderstorm, so that's what you're hearing. It's not tables and chairs flying everywhere, it's just thunder and rain, so please bear that in mind. Okay, so now that we've got that out of the way, I want to elaborate on how creative you are and the space that you've created where we can actually feel safe. I felt very safe, and together with the process, it actually helps to break down the creative blockages that we tend to accumulate somehow. And
Yes.
yes, and with breaking it down, it also helps with the flow of writing, that creative writing, emotion, and just beingness on the end of the day. And that also breaks down the barriers of the ego, as you may put it yourself. So what inspires someone like you to be so awesome?
I find a lot of my inspiration from books. One of my favorite authors, Elizabeth Gilbert, she's got a fairly new book out called Big Magic. And I get a lot of inspiration from that book, which speaks around being curious and curiosity and following our curiosity and how to work through the fear. Because fear is a big thing that comes up once you try to lead a creative life and earn a living being creative. So that's one of my big inspirations. I'm also a big fan of Julia Cameron's The Artist's Way. Draw a lot of inspiration from that book. It's one of those books that you can continuously go back to. You just need some more creative inspiration. I also draw a lot of inspiration from magazines. I have a passion for interior decor. So when I feel stuck, creative magazines and I page through them. I look for cool pictures and ideas for interiors, And somehow that also fuels my writing quite interestingly.
Wonderful.
So yes, so that's where I get my inspiration from.
That's awesome. I like it. Okay, I've noticed that as we go through life, sometimes there's experiences or themes or, lessons that we learn. But sometimes it hangs around for days, months,
Yes.
sometimes years. What stands out for you particularly?
A big lesson is, or a big thing that I want to encourage people to do is for us to follow our heart when it comes to what it is that we do for a living. For me, for the longest time, I was just so deeply unhappy in my day job, even though I tried to make the experience a bit more creative. There would be days when I really just didn't feel like going to work. And I thought, I really don't want to live my life being unhappy at work because I spend so much time there.
That's right.
And I really would like to encourage others to do that too. It's not always easy to find out what it is that you need to do in life, or is something more to do in life. But being unhappy in your day job is just so. We spend way too much time there for that to be the case. So my thing is, what I'd like to do is to tell people to follow their heart, do things that make them happy, even if it starts out as a hobby first and could potentially become something more than that. But yeah, you have to be happy with what you do. Do what makes your heart happy.
You said that you've got something special to share with the people. And
yes. Well, there's two things actually, right? So the first thing I'd like to share is one of my tips for anyone who wants to start with the creative writing process. It's really daunting to go and sit down and say, okay, I want to write something now. What can I write about?
yes.
So one of the tips I'd like to share is something that is referred to as a prompt exercise. And a prompt is really just, it is a word or a phrase that can be used that will just get our creative juices flowing. And a prompt can be something as simple as yesterday, or I remember, or once upon a time, even, just to start our story. It can also be something as simple as red shoes, for example, or red lipstick. And we can use a prompt so that we can just use whatever is the first thing that comes to our mind. Once we hear that prompt, then to get the pen going and put pen to paper, and then get the creative juices flowing, and don't think too much about what it is that we're writing, and just keep in mind what the prompt is and keep going back to the prompt. And that's one of the most useful creative writing exercises in my experience. And it really just gets the creative juices going. And then the other thing I'd like to share with your listeners, Nadia, is that if anyone books a workshop after seeing this interview and they bring a friend or a family member with them, I'm going to be able to offer them a friend and family member discount. So both of them will get 50 Rand discount off the normal workshop price.
That's generous. That's very generous. And where can they go to purchase or to book the workshops?
Okay, so my website address is www.sonja.com, and I'll spell that. It's sonjamckiser.com. Or they can go onto Facebook and they'll find my Facebook page, which is The Creative Space with Sonja. They can just search for that on Facebook.
Okay, great. Great, I've got that. I'll just put the link also below the video or close to the video so that it's easy to access as well. Yes. And is there anything else that you would like to share? Are we done?
I just would like to say thank you so much for this opportunity to chat a bit about what it is that I have on offer. I really appreciate that. And I know that you can speak firsthand because you've been to one of the workshops,
yes,
so you know what it's about.
It's definitely worth it. Every cent of it, really. It's a good investment, I'd say. Definitely. Okay, one more thing, Sonja. So, how do we go about to qualify for that nice discount that you've arranged?
Those who are interested in coming to my workshop and qualifying for the discount, they can send me an email. It's hello@Sonja, Sonja, Mkaser, MCKAISER.com.
Okay.
And then I will give them all the information about how to make the booking and how to do the payment via EFT and if anything else they would like to know.
Awesome. Jump for that opportunity. It's a big discount, and take your friends or family members with, because it's an experience that you really want to share with those close to you.
Fantastic, thank you.
Okay, and I want to thank you, Sonja, for making time for us and for making the world a better place. You are very inspirational, and I'm sure we are all curious to see what happens next. So keep up the good work.
Thank you so much, Nadia. Much appreciated. Go well. Okay.
See you.
Bye.
Bye. I would like to hear from you. Tell me if you are interested in boosting your creative writing skills, or are you ready to take your creativity to the next level? Have you ever attended a therapeutic creative writing workshop? I would like to hear about that. And if you think that you've got something to offer to make this world a better place, even if it's just for one person, then I invite you to contact me via an email. My email address is below. Have a lovely day, and thank you for watching.